Jimmy's family has been calling for the public's help in finding their missing loved one, asking anybody with any information, no matter how small, to contact them. We know those kind of tips can be critical in a missing persons investigation, particularly in the early hours. And considering what this family is going through right now, it is amazing they're able to keep fighting for Jimmy's safe return, especially when the search is an ocean away. And that is why I am thrilled right now. I'm privileged to be joined by one of those family members, Jimmy's aunt, Beth O'Reilly. Beth, thank you so much for taking the time to come on. Really appreciate it. Especially, I know how incredibly difficult this must be for you guys. First of all, how are you and the family doing? And what are you all hearing from Spanish police right now?
Well, thank you for having us, by the way. We're doing the best we can, taking it minute by minute. We're family. We're a big family, both on Jimmy's mom and dad's side. So we're all just hanging together and doing the best we can to get his story out so people see his face, recognize his face, and if they know anything, that they'll bring it to the authorities.
What have the police said to you, if anything, that you can share, including, can we confirm, do they have his phone, and how do they have his phone?
So we do believe that the police have the phone, which is part of the reason why it's been very difficult to track down his location. We don't know whether it was lost, stolen, whatever, but we do have that. But beyond that, we don't have a lot of additional information right now. Obviously, it's an ongoing investigation, and my brother-in-law is there now in Barcelona trying to work with the authorities directly there.
And your brother-in-law or you or anybody from the family, are there issues with communication regarding the language, the distance barriers? Is there somebody that you're going to be hiring maybe to be the middle person between all this?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we have translators that are helping us get through some of those communication barriers. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good thing. And have you had a chance to speak, or anybody in the family had a chance to speak with any of his friends, people that he knew there, who he was visiting? Do they have any idea about what happened?
So we don't, it's hard to say that he was there visiting a large group of friends who are studying abroad, and then a smaller group of friends went for spring break. You know, teenage, young 20-year-old men and students out partying, having a good time. They were all together at the start of the night. And then as the night went on, the club got crowded and everybody just sort of, ended up in different corners of the facility.
Obviously, this is getting a ton of attention right now, which
Yes.
is always a good thing. Do you know if the State Department is getting involved? Do you know if federal authorities here in the United States are going to get involved and send agents over there or resources?
It's my understanding we do have some support from the State Department, yes.
Okay, that's good. For anybody, just so we know, who is Jimmy? What should we know about Jimmy? Because this is just such a really distressing situation, and I just want to put a little bit more to background about who he is, so we understand, and not just that he is a missing person, a missing American, a missing college student. Who is Jimmy?
Jimmy is honestly one of the greatest kids you'll ever meet. He's a great student, honors student, chaplain in his fraternity. He's a wonderful, loving son, big brother to a sister and 3 little brothers. Great cousin on all sides of the family, great hockey player, just an all-around good kid. He's an average Midwest kid that is living his best life down in Alabama. And obviously, the reason we're so concerned, he does not have his phone, and he is not known to not be in touch with family and friends. So that's why we're doing all that we can right now to get his name, his face out in the public, so that if anybody who was in that area that night could check their cell phone, their Snapchat, whatever, and see if they have any pictures of Jimmy, or can help us kind of piece together what may have happened after that 3-4 a.m. timeline.
And never like any enemies, never picks fights, nothing like that?
No,
not a confrontational
no.
person?
Nope, not at all. Again, that's part of the reason why we're so worried.
Yeah. If Jimmy were somehow able to watch this right now, see you, what would be your words for him?
Just get someplace safe, anywhere, a hospital, a police station, a hotel, someplace where you can find somebody that speaks English. People are there waiting for you, looking for you, and we're waiting to find you. And we're all looking for you.
And real quick before I let you go, Beth, is the university helping at all?
I do not know if the university has been in touch with my sister and brother-in-law.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to stay on top of this story as best as we can. We provided his description, providing a little bit more information about him, encouraging anybody who knows anything. Again, as I said, as small as possible, alert authorities, alert you, alert the family,
Yes.
But we're going to stay on top of it. I really appreciate you taking the time to share more information and share a little bit more about Jimmy. Beth O'Reilly, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.